Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to another installment of the scrap iron rocket stove. Kind of a funky design, but I wanted something different. This, it needs re-seasoned. You see where the silver is? It hasn't been used much. In this season, I'm just going to cook on it. This is 11 1/4 inch skillet griddle made in the good old USA. And the reason it is called a skillet griddle is because of this lip. It's deep. So you can cook quite a bit of bacon and eggs in this without it overflowing. Okay, this is how we made the top. I'll have some pictures with the measurements, but this is 4-inch tubing. This was 7 inches across, gave me 1.5 inches. These are about 2 1/4 to 2.5 inch pieces. Not quite 1.5 inches tall. This span's about 9.5 inches. It's just right for my griddle. And my skillet will still fit on there too, my 8-inch skillet. But I'll have pictures of this. Since I just brazed these on the inside and out here. I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of brazing rod. That's what I did. I brought it out here so there's a little point right there. And we ground it all off. And we ground all these edges. Make sure you take your sanding flapper disc, whatever, and take these edges off. I can feel one right there. Take all these sharp edges off. Everywhere. Under here. I feel with my finger, or put a glove on so you don't want to cut your finger. I feel an edge there I have to do yet. Back to the point here. That's what it looks like done and painted. Nothing special, but this is rounded. This is rounded. Round this. And put your skillet on there, or a pan, something flat, and you'll be able to see the high spots. I fine-tune this to my skillet. It's just right. There's a little bit of wobble. If I keep going, I'm going to have to start all over again. So, it's good enough. You don't want anything rocking on there. This came out to be, if you add all 4 holes of these up, 12 square inches of space. Well, that has to be plenty enough to let the heat and flames out, because this is only 4, which 4 by 4 is 16, and it's under because that's the outside dimensions. So I am not, if somebody else wants to do the math, you take 3.5 by 3.5. I may do it and put it in the description. It's plenty enough. And I didn't want it too low. I want enough space here to let the heat out. That should be good enough. I've got it fine-tuned. It doesn't rock. Just a little bit. You're not going to get it perfect. You're not going to have it perfectly flat across unless you want to spend the time, which I'm not going to. And we don't know what this is going to do when it gets hot. This could warp a little bit. This is 3/16. It's not 1/4 inch. This stuff is almost 3/8 thick. It's just what I had left around. It's just leftover scrap stuff that I've had. I like the stove setting like this. To use it, I could feed it to the right. I kind of like it like that. I may use it that way. But that's the way the bottom was welded on. I did not want to go through all the trouble to try to put this on at a diamond shape. I wanted this square with here. So, next video will be painted and cooking. This is welded underneath. Really heavy welded. I used, I can't tell you, 3/32 rod. It's under 1/8 of an inch. So it's probably 3/32. And I welded it with my welder, which is not heavy enough to really be welding 1/4 inch steel. Not if you was going to make something structural. That's a big word. So don't weld with that little inverter welders and on your big 1/4 inch stuff and think it's going to hold together on a car or something. But my funky looking hopper, that I don't know if I measured it. It turned out to be not quite 3 inches high, and of course it's under 4 inches because it's in the inside. Like 3.5 by 3, whatever, 2 something. It's big enough. Camera just won't pick. Maybe it'll pick it up in there. Not to make this part too long, I put some pictures in here of these pieces. I didn't want to make it too long of how I made those. The other video shows how I was cutting this out, and that's why if you look how I draw it diagonal, did all that, because I had this all measured out in my head what I was going to do, and wrote it down on a piece of paper. So when I erased all of it, I just put the lines back here real quick to line these up to braze them. So that's why it was so many lines on that piece. I wanted to make it as close to accurate as possible. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the cooking video on the skillet. Get away, fly.